Hi girls, welcome back to another episode of Girls Like Me. Today is just one of those days where I just feel like I needed to have a little chit chat with the girls in terms of like where I'm at. So today's episode is going to be about getting a grip of your life. Because I feel like this is something that I'm currently doing at the moment. Do you know, like when you're growing and you're trying to get somewhere or do something and then you're going through all these different stages of your life, sometimes it can be a bit like you fall off. And I feel like over the past few weeks, like I fell off. I've just not been like fully with it in terms of like my diet routine, all of these things. So I just sat myself down, of course, having a talk to myself. And I was like, do you know what, Liam? You actually need to get a grip of your life. Like, if you actually want this and you say that you want to do whatever it is, whether it's the property stuff, podcast, whatever, like, you're going to have to just get over your feelings. You're just going to have to get out of your head. And so many people are like, oh, how do you always have the motivation to do this? Like, fuck motivation. I've really run out of motivation at this point. And at the moment, I'm just like, how on earth am I going to do this, going to do that? Like, if I was to sit here and tell you about my working week, getting up at 5 a.m., working till like 10:30 at night every single day, it's like, for fuck's sake. But I'm back. And I feel like I'm having such a productive time at the moment. So yeah, I just thought I'd share ways in which I've been getting a grip of my life and what's been going on. So first of all, I will talk you through a little bit in terms of like what's been going on for me. So obviously when I did my last episode, I was like, can't be arsed, fuck work, fuck this. And I think I was just having like a bit of a negative mindset. Like, I think I was just burnt out, and I was burnt out, and I think my body just needed time to sleep. Like, when I was in bed for like 8:30, conking out, not waking up. On weekends, I think there was like a few Saturdays where I was in bed by 8 p.m, sleeping, and I didn't wake up till like 9-10 o'clock the next day, like full deep sleep. Like, my phone was ringing, I could not hear it at all. So yeah, my body just shut down, and I feel like I'm learning my body a little bit more. I'm learning my mind. I'm learning burnt out. I'm learning when to give myself breaks. But ultimately, I think I'm the type of person as well. Sometimes, as much as you'll see me here doing this or doing that, I will make up excuses for myself. And I'll be like, oh, so for example, like normally when I come on my period or it's that time of the month, I will literally say, oh, I'm not going to the gym, I need to, and I'll talk myself into all of this, like, you need to give yourself you need to give your body a rest, you need to this, you need to that, and then next thing you know, 4 days gone past and I've not been to the gym. Why on earth am I doing that? I don't know. But yeah, just getting a grip of my life and actually focusing on my goals. So 2 weeks ago, I also recorded for my YouTube, like, my vision board. So obviously I've got a vision board that I keep. I don't know why I'm looking over there like I've got my laptop and stuff. I ain't got it with me. But like on my Canva, I've got like my vision board, my dreams and all of this stuff. Because if you have been like following me or know me for some time now, like at the beginning of this year, I was just not with it. Let's just say that. I was not with it at all. And yeah, I just like was like, fuck my goals, fuck this, all of that shit. But now I'm starting to like, what do I actually really want? What am I doing? What am I envisioning? All that kind of shit. So yeah, I just had a cute little date night with myself. I printed out all my pictures. I got like a really cute big frame. And I just made my vision board and just really thought about what it is that I want. And because I now have that in front of me, it's like when you have it on your laptop or if you have in the day, I won't go on my laptop every single day, but waking up and walking past my vision board, I'm like, okay, Lima, no, we're staying on job now. No, get a grip. No, you're not eating that. No, you're not. Do you know what I mean? So it just comes to a point. And I think when I have been like feeling sorry for myself, essentially, I'll be like, and it's always this time of year. Like, so many people find this time of year hard, and I think I am. And then I think I had a playlist on. My mum was helping me the other day because I've been like refurbing one of my properties, helping me paint. And do you know when it's like just your actual playlist? You see me eat 3 bags of crisp in one day, and then I had a playlist on. It was a sad song. She's like, "Are you okay, Lima? Like, we know, you don't really eat." And I was just like, "I'm genuinely fine. I'm just going through a bit of a rough patch at the moment." But yeah, I just feel like this time of year is so hard. And she was like, we know you had your life planned out a little bit, and this year it's not gone to plan and whatever else. And I think sometimes these things, like, I'm only human, like, I have feelings. I can't be superhuman all the time. But yeah, I just had feelings and I was feeling a bit shit, and I was like, oh, I just want this and comfort, or when it comes winter and all of this stuff. But I think I just sat down with myself. I was like, Leems, we need to get a grip now, because we've got goals to chase, we've got opportunities, we've got, like, I can't, this version of myself, like, everything that I've got going on this month, I'm talking at an event, I'm meant to be launching a new product, I am obviously working, I've overstressed with work, property wise we've been refurbing the property, trying to get everything else finished, and then taking time for myself, gym, all of this. And I'm just like, how on earth do you manage all of this at one point, because it's tiring. But I sat down with myself and just literally sat there, and I was like, if this is what you want and this is who you're going to be, you need to actually really want it. And I think I forgot that a little bit, because I feel like I've just been doing it for the sake of doing it. And I think I just really needed to remind myself, like, why are you doing what you're doing? Like, come on now, Leems, you're bigger and better than this. So I just had that little talk with myself. But ways in which I'm actually getting a grip of my life. Number one, I'm back in the gym and I'm lifting weights. Thank you. And I've been eating my protein. Thank you. So yeah, I was I'm actually really embarrassed to say this, gals, but this is so embarrassing. My family have given me the nickname Chapat. So obviously I'm half Indian. So like, so my family will call me Chapat. They've been calling me Chapat since like I was probably, I don't know, 6-7 years old. As long as I can remember, my nickname in the family has been Chapat. So obviously if you're half Indian, everyone knows what a chapati, rotli is, and they've always called me that because it stands for chapati bati. Obviously because I've got a flat bum, I haven't got like a big bum. But one of my goals is that I want a juicy, sexy little bunda. Of course I do. So yeah, I've just been trying to lift some weights, eating protein, doing all of this, because this is the last year, fingers crossed, please God, that my family are ever going to call me Chapat. I'm sorry. Next year, 25-year-old Leems is going to have a big bunda. And I don't care how much protein I need to eat. I don't care. Like, I'm nearly at the 100 kg lifting mark. Thank you. Nearly. The highest that I've got up to is 90 this week. So slowly there, slow progress. But yeah, they better be calling me something else. They better be calling me like Puri or something. Like, when you look at it, it's going to get bigger and rounder. And yeah, so just little stuff like that. And every time I'm like, oh no, I can't really be asked. I'm like, Leems, let's get a grip now. Come on, let's get to work. But yeah, chapati bati, that's not going to be me anymore. Sorry, mum. But yeah, I just think getting a grip of my life in terms of like gym, work, even like work as well. Like, my mindset around work has just been really bad. I've been like, I hate it here, I don't like it, or this or that. And then I got to my point, like, it's a luxury that I get to go to work. It's a luxury that I get to be in an environment where I'm still developing skill set, whether I like it or not, and it's still part of the plan. Do you get what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be there if it wasn't for anything. And I know essentially it's not what I want at the moment, but it still serves a purpose. So I've just got to trust the process that everything is still working for me. Obviously, I've developed as a person since being there. I've learned a lot in terms of like skills and whatever else. So it's like, rather than going to somewhere every day where I'm like, oh, I can't be arsed, I don't like it, or because I'll just get into negative thoughts, because that actually impacts my whole day. And I'm like, if you want to be productive, if you want to actually spend a few hours in the evening doing whatever it is that you need to get done for that day for your business, you need to actually start your day right. So getting up, going to the gym, all of them feelings, like just being on my goals, on my mindset. And I'll be real with you girls, I'm not always feeling it all the time. Some days I'll be like, no, I ain't got it in me today, I can't be asked. But I will literally just do it. And I think the more that you just do it, then you don't even think about it. It's like, I will wake up, I'll set my alarm, and it will go off at like 5:15, and I won't even tell myself like, oh, I can't be asked today. I'll just automatically get up. And it's a bit scary, but it really is like, the more that you do a habit and the more that you like do whatever it is, it just becomes natural to you. Because I thought, oh my God. And someone was posting the other day about getting up at 5 a.m. and then someone messaged me like, oh, I thought of you, I've still not been able to get up at 5 a.m. I hope everyone knows that it took me like 2 years consistently to set my alarm every single day, and every single day I would snooze it and not wake up at 5 a.m. So if that's you, stop watching this person and stop watching that person. Just focus on yourself. That's all I'm doing. I'm focusing on myself. So yeah, I had to get a grip then. And then in terms of like business wise, I've been sat there in a mindset which has not been serving me for a while. So ultimately I've been sat there like, oh, you know, everything has been going well, fingers crossed, but I feel like I'm not growing essentially. And I was like, okay, I need to start demanding more. Like some days I'll be like, oh yeah, definitely I'm going to buy a property next year. And I had to sit there and be like, Aalimah, if you don't sort your shit out by the end of this year, how on earth are you going to actually become a property developer and own a property when you are 25? Because the habits that you're doing, the things that you're saying, the work that you're putting in is not getting you there. So I was like, come on, Liam, let's get a grip of your life and actually start doing stuff. So like products I'm saying that I'm going to be doing or launching or events, and I've been putting a lot of things off, and now it's just come to the point where I'm like saying yes. So for example, even this event that I'm going to be speaking at the end of the month, I was like, do you know what, I didn't really want to do it. Or sometimes I get a bit like, should I even be speaking? Like, who am I? Like I get imposter syndrome. I'm like small fry. But at the end of the day, it's like, if opportunities come your way, you might as well say yes. And I said that this year is my year of saying yes and just taking every single opportunity as it comes. So why not? So I'm going to be speaking at that. And then I think in terms of like feeling wise, where I'm at and just like being a girl, I think this time of year is so hard for girls because we're seeing everything on social media. Like we're seeing everyone getting all their winter fits and all their nice outfits and all their this and whatever else it is. Like, what on earth is a boo basket, and when the hell did a boo basket become a thing? Because I don't know about you, number one, I don't really celebrate Halloween like that, so I don't really care, but people are getting all these luxury things and this and that for a boo basket. And it's like, it's actually okay if you are just a girl who's focusing on herself, who goes to work, who goes to the gym, who hasn't got a new full winter wardrobe, who hasn't got the new latest this and the boo basket and like, it's actually okay. You need to stop going on social media, and I need to take the advice too of comparing myself to all these people, because I'm sitting there like, no. And then it came to the point where like I ordered myself some new clothes and I actually took them back. I was like, no, we said we ain't doing this. Like, we're only buying essentially what we need because we've got goals. And I sit there and look at people and I'm just thinking like, what on earth is going on? Like, if you are a girl in this generation, you are conditioned into believing that you need to have all of these things. And it's like, what on earth? Ooh, I just touched the microphone then. Ew. That's how big my bottom lip is. Honestly, like, my bottom lip is so droopy, it will just, I'm going to have to tell Chase because he's going to need to wipe that. What if someone else has touched that? Now my lips feel weird. I forgot what I was saying, but yeah, just stop all of that stuff. Like, you're better than that, you're bigger than that. And it's like, even these jeans, I bought these jeans last year and I'm still wearing them now. And they're one of my only pairs of jeans that fit me. And it's like, I probably do need a whole new wardrobe and this and that. And don't get me wrong, girls, I'm someone that I like to buy clothes and I like to buy things. So don't get it twisted. But I'm all for knowing your season, and I know that this is not my season to be living it up like that. I ain't got it like that, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I've got it like that, because we're in a generation now where everyone in the world is posting and exposing each other to a fake reality. So all these nice things, all this money, all this, half the people ain't got it like that. So stop stressing yourself out, sis, because if you are just doing your thing and you ain't got all of these things and Christmas is coming up and you're not having the most extra, that's cool. It's fine. We don't need all of that. But I just think, like, me, myself, sometimes I can get wrapped up into these things and I'm like, oh, I need this or I need that and honestly this month I have really, really, really felt it, because my hair looks nice now because I've got it curly, but every single year I sit there and I say to myself, I just want my hair doing. Like, I want some bundles. Like, I want some long hair. I want a big blowout. I want these sexy layers. I want my Brazilian hair. And I'm not going to get it, because this month I've had to spend stuff on getting a new Ring doorbell, paying for a new lock, buying a new cleaning cupboard. What else have I bought? Buying new pictures, spending money on repaint, buying new... And it's just like, this past month I have probably spent over £1,000 on stuff, and I sit there and think, do you know what, Liams? It's okay. Because one of these days I'm going to get my bundles, because all I'm seeing is the girls with their silk press, and it's silk press season, and it's like, it's okay. It's okay. Because I will sit there on social media and I'll look at it, I'm like, I just want these, and it's like, get a grip of your life. Get a grip of your life and stop feeling sorry for yourself, because in the nicest possible way, you haven't got it like that, Liams, and that's okay, because I'm sorry, God gave me curly hair, so just wear your natural hair for now. It's fine, it's banging, doesn't matter. But just stuff like that, I just feel like every single year or occasion or whatever, like summer's just gone, every single girl in the world had her new summer outfit, wardrobe, and this and that, and the new hair and and it's okay if you're not gonna be able to do all of that and get all of that. So I just had to sit there with myself and be like, get a grip, because other people that have got that or spending money on that, they don't want to be a property developer. And becoming a property developer is probably one of the most expensive things that you can do. I don't know why on earth, but I do know. But I don't know why on earth, like, out of all the industries, out of all the careers, things to do, like, why did God? But it's because I'm an expensive girl. And it's also not a bad thing, because when I go to something and I will see it, or like I will see something on the shelf, like for example, guys, I've been planning my photo shoot, so I'm going to be having like a little photo shoot, branding, whatever else, and do you know that whole meme, I don't know who it is. No, it is actually Beyonce, and Beyonce is like, I want something that's big. I want something that says Beyonce. Yeah, that's me. I want something that says Aalimah Hughes is here. So I've been trying to find this dress for God knows how long. Searching all these things, all these influencers, all these celebrities. I found the dress. And I was like, boom. Because I was looking for a red dress. Because obviously, like, my branding, the Aalimah Hughes group, all of that. I was like, red or pink? And I thought, red. Seeing the dress, girls. Why in... I don't even want to swear, but why on earth is the dress that I found and the dress that I love, I think it was $995. Do I look like I have a spare $995? No, I don't. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why God made me like this. But it's okay, because I appreciate the finer things in life. Like when I have a brand, or when I do that, like it's... And if you know, and if you are a girl like me and you do have expensive taste, or you do appreciate those things, and it's like, it's not something that I will say, oh, that's £995, I like that, I've got to have it. I will appreciate the finer things, and they just always end up expensive. And it's not my fault. But at the same time, I was like, Liams, get a grip, get on ASOS. You got £200 max budget, and that's what you can afford, and that's it. So I still haven't found the dress, girls, because I just have the £995 dress in my mind. But yeah, it's tough. But some of these things, you just gotta be like, okay, get a grip of your life. It's okay, you can do it. So yeah, that's really hard. But all these things and whatever else that we're always saying and doing, it's just like, Liams, actually get a grip. It's not in the budget. Your hair can get done when it can afford to be get done, and all of this. But I think that's why I've set myself a few like milestones. Like when I buy a house, obviously I said that I'm going to buy a piece of Cartier jewelry, or when I this, or, you know, like all this stuff that I do want. So it's like, you come to these milestones and you'll appreciate them a lot more, rather than just actually buying them and knowing that you don't deserve them, or spending money. But honestly, that discipline, I'm just going through a phase where everything's discipline. Like my life is discipline, my money habits are becoming discipline, the gym is discipline, work is discipline, and I'm just sat there like, I just want to be a fucking girl. Like I just want to be a fucking girl and spend some money on myself. And do you know what? God said, no, Aalimah, actually you are a girl, but actually you're going to be a business owner, because one day you're going to be a multi-millionaire. But right now, now's your time to be in your H&M, your ASOS and your Zara bag. Okay, your £995 dress can wait. That's fine, because I'm just sat here like, I know my time is coming, and you know, one day there is gonna be a good day. The day, honestly, that I can walk into a store or I can go shopping and I'm just gonna grab it off the shelf and buy it. Yeah, it's gonna be a good day. But until then, I'll be getting a grip of my life. So when it comes to all of that, girls, I think you just need to remember, like I mentioned, what season are you in? And that video of the girl, or the meme, or whatever it is, it's a black girl, and she's like, you need to understand what season you're in, and that's okay. Like, some of my friends or other people, we're all in different seasons of our life. So this season is just my discipline season. This season is actually saying no and things that benefit me and whatever else. And I'm not going to come on the podcast and be flashing all these things like I got it like that. Like, I've only just started paying off my overdraft, girls. Do you think I can be in my Van Cleef bag and my Cartier bag and my this and my Brazilian hair with student overdraft? No, because we've got priorities. We've got things that we need to pay off that are going to benefit our goals. So yeah, that's me for now. I haven't even got my eyelashes done this month because I was like, Liam, do you know what? You can wait. Like, even my nails. Normally I get my nails done on a monthly, but I was like, can we stretch these out for another week or so? You can see that they're a little bit outgrown. I don't want to flash them too much. But I was like, I'm going on holiday this week, so actually they can wait. Just little things like that. I just feel like I'm trying to be smarter financially. And also the book that I'm reading, which is The Psychology of Money, it's really, really good book, in terms of like investing, retraining your mindset, because everything that we think about or anything that we know in our mind is all from our socialization as children. So when we grow up, all these, you know, I used to grow up listening to my mum say, we can't afford that, or we can't this, or so it's like reprogramming your mind, but also making those better decisions. Because I think as a business owner, when you say like, I can't afford that, it's not that you can afford everything, but what I've started saying is that's not a priority for me. So financially, when you're getting a grip, it's like, that's not actually a priority for me. It's not, I'm not saying, oh, I can't afford that, or can't do this. I'm saying that's not actually a priority for me, so I don't want to go, or that's not a priority for me, so I'm not going to buy that. It's serving me a little bit better, and it's also nicer because you're not too harsh on yourself as well when you're saying it. But yeah, really, really good book. I've nearly finished that book actually, so I've got a few other books that I'm excited to get in and read. In this season as well of getting a grip of my life, it's been a bit lonely, girls, I'm not gonna lie. I make time for my family. I see one friend at the minute a week or every 2 weeks, which is a bit shit, to be honest. I wish I could see my friends a lot more, but if they knew how much I'm working and how much hours I've been putting in at the moment, it is tough and rough. But yeah, just getting a grip of your life. And I think sometimes you just got to be able to say, do you know what, I'm in it. I might be doing it alone for the time being, but once again, knowing what season you're in, getting a grip of your life. So even like today, I'm still doing my little solo date, so I'm going on a really cute solo date today. And it's about ticking things off my bucket list. So I live by, obviously, if you're my family or friends, you would have heard me say, yeah, that is correct English, isn't it? You would have heard me say, if you had 6 months to live, would you do it? Now, I live by that. If you had 6 months to live, would you be in the job that you're in? Would you have the partner that you're in? Would you do that thing? Would you go that place? How would you live your life if you had 6 months to live? So one of my bucket list things is I've always wanted to see Lauryn Hill, like really, really wanted to see Lauryn Hill. Like, she's always been up there. Last time she did her tour, I actually didn't get a ticket and I was fuming. And then this year, everyone's always like, when it comes to like concerts or events or whatever it is, everyone's like, yeah, we can go, let's go, it'll be fun. And then when it comes to it, and like, let's say you want to book it or you want to go, then this person's dropped out, or this person can't afford it, or actually and that's fine, because we're all in different seasons of your life. But I'm someone now, I'm not waiting for my friends to sit there and say, okay, we can book it, or okay, we can go on the trip, or okay, so do you know what, I was like, fuck it, Liams, I'm going to book it myself. Because if I had 6 months to live and I was going to die, or even if I died next week, who knows, God willingly, I'm not going to die next week, but let's just say if I died next week, I'd be sat there and like, Liams, you really should have gone to that concert by yourself, you know, because I know I'm going to have such a good experience. And it's like, before I would have like anxiety. But I'm sorry, honey, if I go to a concert by myself, solo concert, I don't know who I'm sat next to. I feel like it's a female. I'm manifesting sitting next to a female. The female that sits next to me at the concert is going to be an honour, because I am a pleasure to be around. I'm a pleasure to sit around and be around. And that's just the way that I view it. Like, it's cool. We can go by ourselves. So I also think, like, if that is you and you just want to do your thing or go, just go, man, just go. Because if you had 6 months to live, the answer is most likely going to be yes, that you would go, you would stop dating the person, or you would date the person, or you tell them you love them, or you'd get rid of that job, you'd go to that. And it's like, imagine if I didn't go. Imagine if, like, 5 years from now, or even the artist, God forbid Lauryn Hill ever dies, but what if she died or something happened to her and I was like, oh my God, I really should have gone, because that happened last time. My friends invited me to go see Pop Smoke. I was like, yeah, love him, love a bit of Pop Smoke. Honestly, I swear to God, he is so sexy. Like, he's still alive, but he's just a sexy man. Like, I love a bit of pop. And all my friends, this is when I was at uni, my friends was like, yeah, we're going. I thought, I'll see him soon. Do you get what I mean? He died like the month later, and I couldn't believe that I didn't go. And I thought, you dumb bitch, you should have gone to that concert. And that's just the way that I live. So I'm like, if there's someone on, like, my bucket list now, and I have a few people on my bucket list, and Lauryn Hill is one of them. So I was like, no, let me go. And I know that I'm going to go and I'm going to cry, because I just started, like, my time of the month, and there's certain songs, you know, when you feel a song and you feel it in your soul. I just know that later on I'm going to be crying my eyes out at a concert by myself, and people are going to be looking at me like, "Ugh." But guaranteed that the people near me will probably crying as well. That's why we're going to the concert. But yeah, just knowing your season, girls, I think, like, it can be really weird. And also part of getting a grip of my life is I've been questioning a lot of things, but it's also like, I've never met this version of Aalimah before. Like, she's never existed. She's never done half these things. She's never had to be alone. She's never had to grow a business. She's never had to start the gym and do all of this. So it's like, just get a grip and know that, like, it feels uncomfortable now because I've never done this before. And I think one thing when it comes to, like, praying or stuff that I'll share is, like, you've got to give yourself that grace, because when you are doing something that you've never done before, it feels like scary. Like, even the fact of going to a solo concert, and you know me, I'm lastminute.com. I've booked to go to this. I've not even booked my train ticket. Then on the trains on the way back, there's apparently a rail replacement, so now I've had to buy a coach back, which means I'm not going to get back till tomorrow 5 a.m. and yeah, I have a meeting at 10 a.m. so long, but it's just like, I'm just going with the flow, because or when you try to control the uncontrollables, there's nothing that can happen. I can't tell, what's the train people? What are the train people called? Not National Express, that's the coach people. Train summit, whatever, you get the vibe. That they can't do their works, or that stuff is always planned, stuff's always going to go wrong. And I think I'm just that fine with everything going wrong. At the minute, it just feels natural, and I just feel like my nervous system is just used to it now. So it's like, don't even stress me out. Like, when I had a party in one of the properties, and I'm not gonna lie, girls, got mashed up. It got absolutely mashed up. Like, it's actually quite a funny story, to be honest, because I knew that there was a party because one of the guests told me as well, and I could see it, like, people coming in and out and stuff. So I've just gone, had my keys and stuff, obviously people in and out. I'm seeing all these, like, young kids, like, walking to the property, going out, and obviously I've been to motives. Like, I used to go to a motive at Airbnb, so I know exactly what people are on and whatever else. So I've gone in, I've walked into my own property, and I just stayed in the party for about 5-10 minutes. I can't lie, the music was banging, girls. I'm just looking around, but what I was doing, I was, like, trying to suss out who it was, because I was thinking, if someone's booked it through fraud and I just got on a mad one now, I'm never going to find out who it is. I'm probably not going to get the keys back to this property. So I was in my party doing a little bop. It's actually really embarrassing. I was doing a little bop, and I was having a look around to see, like, who it was. And then once I figured out who the Queen Bee is, I was like, nah, turned off the speaker. I was like, bro, the police are on their way and stuff. Like, you lot need to get out now. But yeah, that got mashed up, which also kind of pushed me to finish off this refurb and everything, because I've been saying, like, bits and bobs need to get done. The only thing that I need to do is, like, finish off painting and get a few more pictures, but everything else has been done. Majority of the property has been, like, repainted and stuff. But just stuff like that. Like, the old me, if I would have known that there was a party in one of my properties, I would have been, like, sweating, like, I can't be arsed, I can't be da-da-da-da-da. It was like 2 a.m. I rocked up in the party, did a little two-step, got in the dance, and then just turned speak off and then told people to go. And then obviously escalated that. Then I had to go to the police station because people obviously mashed up the place and whatever else. But like, even the girl who did book it, I spoke to her on a level, and I just said to her, obviously there was a cost that needed to be paid because the amount of money that I spent on that is just ridiculous. So when I asked her for a portion back of the money, which was just like this amount of much money compared to what was actually spent on the property, I just spoke to her on a level and I was like, if this is what your friends are on, it's not really that great. I said, if it was me as well, and let's say I had to pay something, or it was one of my best friends, all of my best friends and all of my girls would chip in to pay that to them. I said, if they've not done that for you, you need to think about who your friends are as well. And she's like, no, honestly, I'm so sorry, because the police were going to put her down for like criminal offence and all of this. And I thought, I can't be doing that to a baby girl because she's still a baby girl. Like, I used to go to, imagine if someone gave me a criminal record or something for like entering and busting and whatever else. And she's like, I don't know who some of those boys were that did that or whatever else. So I was like, do you know what, it's cool. But just certain stuff like that. Like, old me would have never walked into my own property, had a little dancey, and gone about my day. But like, even the fact of then, I just feel like I'd had that. I'd been up there until like 2 a.m. Then I was back up the next day. I think I went to the police station about 7:30 in the morning. I was there all day and I'm still doing this on top of like working and everything. So it's like, I can't control all these things now. And I think the more it happens and the more bad stuff that happens to you, it is honestly such a blessing from God, because I sit there and I think like, this version of myself that is going to be a multi-millionaire, that is going to be a property millionaire, that is going to be a property developer, there's things going to be going wrong all the time. And God is just literally preparing me at the minute for that. So anything that goes wrong, it's always a lesson. It's always, what's the word? It's always a lesson. It's always like a learning curve. That's what I mean. Same as a lesson, really. I don't know why I just prolonged that. But yeah, that's literally it. And then in terms of like myself, I think once I had told myself that many excuses, like, I'll be honest with you girls, do you know when people are like watching all this motivational shit, I don't even believe in the word motivation, because there's no such thing as motivation, yeah? So get that out of your head from now. When it comes to like inspiring or whatever you want to call it, and people are like, how to stop your excuses, how to stop your this, I will actually be real with you girls. If you are someone who is full of shit and full of excuses, you keep telling yourself them excuses. You keep talking shit to yourself, because I'm telling you now, there will be a point in your life, it will just happen one day, you'll wake up and you'll be like, I ain't on that anymore. I'm done speaking to myself like that. I'm done doing that action. Because when you actually reflect and look on yourself, that's when you actually sit there and think, I'm not even doing that. Do you know the way that I look at like crisp and chocolates and this and that? Like, I had a bad weekend. It's a bit of an emotional weekend because of certain things and like life. I'm human at the end of the day. I absolutely battered about 3 little chocolate brownies, about 5 bags of crisp. What else did I had? 12. Do you know the 12 one-line bars? Obviously, you get them in a pack of 10. I waxed off all 10 bars in 2 days, yeah? Do all of that. Fall back. Do all of that shit. Tell yourself the excuses, because one day you'll turn around and you're like, do you know what, Aalimah? I've worked this hard to get here. I ain't going back that way. Fuck that shit. And then you just literally wake up and you're like, not today. Sorry, guys. There's literally an eyelash in my eye and it's really, really bothering me. But yeah. Honest to God, oh, it's still bothering me. Do you know when it's scratching you in your eye? I hate when this happens. But yeah, you just get tired of your own shit, because after I'd eaten enough calories for the rest of the flipping year and Christmas, I sat there and said to myself, like, I look at the chocolate now and I just think, bro, you ain't even worth it. I'm not even eating you, because I just can't even be arsed. And the way that my PT has been going and the way that my abs have been hurting and my legs and everything, I just sit there and think, I don't even want it. And it's not even the sake of like, I don't want it for whatever reason or because it's bad. I don't want it because I don't want to be that version of myself anymore. So it's like, I've sat there and told myself excuses about food, excuses about business, excuses about why I can't do this. If you are someone that has excuses and you're full of shit, forget all your motivational stuff that you're going to see on Instagram. Keep saying those negative things. Keep saying those excuses. Keep saying all those things, because I'm telling you now, one day you will wake up and you will say, enough is enough. I ain't doing this anymore. I'm not on that anymore. And you will physically have to be forced to do better. And when your mindset changes like that, you can literally, I don't want to use the word transform because I hate using the word transform, but essentially you transform yourself. Because I'm being serious. I used to look in the mirror and he'd be like, I'd have the attitude, for example, I'm on a gym flex or whatever now, I'd be like, do you know what? If you train really, really hard, you can eat whatever you want. So it'd be like, if I train really hard today, I'll be able to eat a little chocolate brownie, it'll be cool. And okay, that's fine, that's balanced. But what on earth am I going to be doing if I'm going to be training hard all week to go and ruin it on the weekend? No, we're not going back that way, sis. What on earth am I going to be doing in property, in work, in all this, if I'm like, I'm only going to put effort in so many days of the week? Like, I'm sorry, I'm just not with it anymore. And it's like, the more that I keep on saying to myself, and I've been saying it to my friends and family a lot, 6 months left to live. Obviously, I've said, I'm going to live a long, healthy life, inshallah. But I just sit there and think, like, what if I did? Do you get what I mean? Like, life is never promised. And maybe I'm silly for looking at life like that, but I think it's a good way, because do you know, like, if I did have a certain amount of time, because you never know when it could be your time, I'm being serious, girls, but like, you'd give that little percent more, you'd dream a little bit more, you'd put that extra effort in, you'd go to the gym, you'd see that family member, you'd fucking go start your podcast, you'd do all of those things. And it's like, one thing, every time I sit on this podcast, I challenge myself to doing something, and I'm like, okay, so obviously before it was like, read my book, do my this, do my letters. I'm going to challenge myself now, because as I'm sat here saying do my podcast, something just popped into my head, and it was start a TikTok. So essentially, obviously, I've got my property and the podcast, but my actual personal, I've actually got so much content in my phone of me like recording and posting about my day, or hi guys, da, 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 and I've just not been posting it, and I don't know why. And not that I'm embarrassed, but I'll always be like, yeah, I'll do it, and I'm like, no. So after this weekend, I'm going to just make the TikTok channel, and I'm just going to start posting on it, because fuck it. Because if I did have 6 months to live, or if God has called me to do whatever, who knows, it might change my life. So I'm going to start doing that, because I said originally in September I was going to do it. I've been recording content of myself and little videos and vlogs and all of this, and I've not posted anything because I'm just dry, and I need to stop being a dry head. So yeah, that's going to be my challenge. But honestly, guys, like, if you sat there and said, I've got 6 months left to live, and I even said this to a few guests on my podcast, like I was saying this to Sally as well, if you had 6 months left to live, what would you do? She said, I would be a performer, I would do this, and people say it to me all the time, but I want people to understand and realise that, like, we genuinely get one life. Like, this is all we've got. Each day, like, you need to make as much as you can. And if I'm that annoying person that you will see on flipping Instagram saying make the most of your life, do whatever then do it. Because honest to God, like, the way that I live now and just my outlook on life is just completely changed. And I'm just, honestly, I'm so blessed, I'm so content, I'm so all of these things. Because do you know what, every time I ask for anything, I've already told you guys, God loves me in so many ways, because every time I ask for something, I always get it. Anytime I need something, it's always given to me, because everything flows to me abundantly, and my frequency just gets higher and higher and higher, which I love. But I've gone on a tangent now, and I forgot what I was even saying. 6 months left to live, that's where I was. But yeah, I just think, like, that is something to live by, and whatever it is, whatever God has called you to do, or whatever it is that you feel that you need to do, just go out and fucking do it. So God has called me, obviously, to have a big bum, so I'm working on my bum. But honestly, guys, this protein business and all these calculations and maths, it's so hard. And I'm just sat there like, how much protein am I meant to eat in one day? Like, I just can't do it. And I feel like I'm eating more. So mentally, that's like hard, because I've been telling myself to be in a calorie deficit. And now I'm actually sat there like, no, you need to eat all these meals. When you have a snack, it needs to be a protein and this and that. And I'm just like, oh my God. But yeah, excuses, not oh my God. Need to change that mindset. But yeah, God has called me to be a sexy, healthy, lovely, everything. I don't even know what word I'm looking for, but yeah, go. And just like even business and property and opportunities and content and everything, like I've just been looking at my life, like what is it that I actually want? Because when this time of year comes, everyone is like, oh, I've not done this or I've not done that, or we're at the end of the year now, let's give up. Fuck that. You're not at the end of the year. Like, start this now. Like, if me doing my vision board and actually deciding on my goals, even if it is just for the next few months, start doing that. People that wait for January I'll do it on Monday, people. Yes, that's what I'm going to say. The people that wait to do your goals and all of this shit in January are the people that say, I will start on Monday. And the people that always say, I start on Monday, they don't start on Monday. And if they do start on Monday, they're done by Wednesday. Don't be one of those people. Now is your time. You've still got however many months left of the year. Now is the best time to start, because and I was learning this as well, like business wise, and all these healthy people and wealthy, like whatever else it is. I know people that have like fitness. I know people that have like, what's it called? Like wealth businesses, spiritual businesses, communities and stuff like that. And they're all saying January is a bad month, but February is one of the best months. And you know why? Because they're all counting on people like you to give up on your goals in January and feel low and feel this. People are making money off you for this. Don't be that person. Start now and then slowly implement all these little things, these little habits and whatever else, and just be that person and start to create your life. Because I used to be I'll do it on Monday person, and I used to be like that with my diet especially. Now, if I ever say I'll do it later, it just never happens. And everyone sees that quote and that audio of like, don't wait for later, because hour later the the coffee gets cold, hour later. And it's true, because if you're someone that's always like, I'll do it later, it just never happens. And that's part of me like getting a grip of my life. Like this week, this week, I've said to myself for the past month, like, I'll do it later when I've got a few hours. I'll do it. I've had a pile of letters and receipts and everything that I've needed to go through for the past few weeks, because I've sat there and said to myself, I will do it later. I'm sorry, but I can't be arsed. And the other day when I was just on one, like, you're going to get a grip of your life and you're going to do it all today, full spring clean, full everything, went through my account, set up my invoice, everything that I've been saying I was going to do for the past month, did it in one day. All my receipts, set up my new accounting software and all of that on my phone, went through all my receipts, went through all my letters, went through all my bills, sorted out everything, because I was like, get a grip of your life. Like, what are you doing? You ain't got time to be waiting. And the whole I'll do it later situation, it just don't work. Honestly, just don't work. Get it done now. And that's really hard to do, especially when you're not in the right mind frame. So don't watch this and sit there and think, if I've not done it today, it's fine. Because like I just mentioned, there's stuff that I've been needing to do for 3 weeks, but eventually you'll get it done. You've just got to have that initial, actually I can do it, actually I want to do it. Part of the getting grip of my life as well is just actually being honest with yourself, because there's parts of my life where I'm still deciding if I am being honest with myself and if I'm being true to myself. I'm not going to go into detail in this one, but actually just saying like, are certain feelings valid? Is this serving me? Is that serving me? Is this generally how I want to live? Is this that? And I think there is nothing wrong with deciding on how you want to live and deciding who you want to have in your life and who you want to be around, and all of these things. And sometimes I think where I go wrong is I will give so much energy to other people, or so much this, and I'll do this and I'll do that, and I think part of that getting a grip of my life is just like, it's not serving me. So over the past probably month, I'd say there's a few friends that I've met up with, there's a few friends I haven't met up with, and it's like, we're getting older now, so your time is very, very precious, and just spend it on time and people who love you, and like just make sure that it's all reciprocated and love as well. I'm not someone that is like I have to do something to receive, but when it comes to relationships, friendships, family, to a certain extent it does need to be that. It can't always just be you, and the people that honestly will sit there and be like, I give this with nothing in return, there comes to a point where you'll break and you'll snap. So that's all lies. But yeah, in terms of like getting a grip of my life, I just sit there and think, I can't be asked for the excuses anymore. I can't be asked for this. I do actually want the things on my vision board. It's like when I looked at that woman, and obviously for the past like weeks or whatever that I'm saying I've been like falling off in gym or whatever else, I sat there and I started to get a bit more of a pouch, which I've lost again because I'm going a bit harder in the gym. But it's like I keep on getting there, going like a step down, then getting there, going a step down, and it's like, actually babes, we need to go up, 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 up. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. It's hard. It's fucking hard. Believe me, it is hard, especially like finance wise as well. One of my goals for the year is obviously to be debt free. I'm really trying my hardest with that one, girls. I'm really trying, but it actually has me in a fucking chokehold. Because this is the time where you want to spend with like family, and you want to go this and want to, like, for example, I'm going away, I'm going on a family holiday. Then obviously I'm meant to be going to see my boyfriend and all this stuff. And I'm just like, God, I'm leaving it in your hands. I've prayed for it. Just give me the money, just give me the wealth, abundantly flow things to me, and I'm leaving it in your hands, because there's only so much I can do. There's only so much stressing out. There's only so many things you can cut back on. But yeah, it's just one of those things. And I seen the quotes from the girls, and this is why I really love the girls on TikTok, because they're like, being a girl is not cutting expenses and cutting things, it's earning more money. And that literally is true as well. So I keep on going back and forth, because obviously in the Psychology of Money book that I'm reading at the same time, it's like, you know, you don't need to overly be doing all of these things and whatever, but just making. So I've come to the conclusion that my main focus is actually going to be on creating more income for myself, and how can I make those income. And I've already got the plan. I've had the plan for about 6 months now, but it's just about actually implementing it and actually starting to make that money to achieve my goal of obviously making 10k per month. But yeah, it's hard. It's so hard. But yeah, girls, I'm in the process of getting a grip of my life. I've not actually got a grip of my life completely, but I'm getting a grip of my life, period. And yeah, I just taking it day by day at the moment, but I really am proud of myself. Like, do you know, it was World Mental Health Day yesterday, or the day before. I'm sure it was yesterday. And I sat there and I was like, oh my God, this time last year I wasn't eating for like 2 weeks straight. I was crying, I was depressed, I was this, and I was like, yeah, she did okay, Liam. She did okay. But yeah, I just got to give myself that time and give myself that break, because this time last year I was going through a really, really rough patch. So yeah, I'm good. But I suppose it's all part of the plan. It's all part of the process. But yeah, I just think like slowly I'm going to get everything I want. In the job situation, I'm still like, I don't know where we're at with that, because I keep on going back and forth about it in my head. But I just need to make the decision. I'm going to see my business mentor in 2 days, on Monday, which is going to be fun, because I've been avoiding him for the past year of my life, as I went through my breakup and as I went through this, because I know exactly what he was going to say. And boy, I've been putting this off, because I know I'm going to be in for a little, he's going to, kick my ass. But oh well, it's going to be needed, because I need to level up. I need to actually level up now. Like, I'm tired, and I'm ready. I'm ready to step into this new era of myself and just embrace it now. I think at the beginning I was fighting it, and I was kind of holding it off, because I think if I eventually move into this version, like this Aalimah who I see here, I'd say I'm currently like here. But right now, to get to there, I need to go here. And I don't want to go here, because this girl will be gone. And I spoke about that like in my lessons from 23. I've been holding back, and sometimes that little push, I can feel it on certain days. But I'm like, no, Liam, we've got a grip, because we've got to move forward. But yeah, I think it's just get a grip of your life. I don't know how else I can say it, but stop telling yourself all those shitty things that are not serving you. Get a grip of your life. Get with the program. Do what you need to do. And yeah, that's it. I think I'm going to leave the episode there, guys, because I feel like I'm just on one today. I don't know if it's because it's that time of the month or what, but I'm going to have a really beautiful day. I'm going to go grab myself some lunch and get on the train and go to my solo concert. And yeah, tomorrow, I've not really thought this through, because I'm meant to be coming back at 5 a.m. with this whole rail replacement business. And then I've got a meeting at 10. And I've got a ring door being fitted at 12 o'clock. But yeah, life is life. Things are always going to go wrong. And I got to get a grip, because the next few weeks are going to really test me. And I would really love to come back on the podcast in a month's time and be like, do you know what, girls, I did it. Do you know what, girls, I launched it. Do you know what, girls, I made a sale. And I feel like I might actually rewatch this, because I watched back my confidence episode and I was like, do you know what, Liams, you really have got it. You just need to lean into it a little bit more and just really step into your higher self. But yeah, I hope you found this a little bit helpful, a little bit of a chinwag with me. And also, if you're watching this, get a grip of your life, girls. Girls like me, come on. It's about stepping up now. But yeah, I hope you'll have a really beautiful rest of the year, rest of the year, and just be kind to yourself as well. As much as I'm like, go, I'm also stepping into my feminine of like, let's release, let's this, let's that. So whatever part you've got from this today, I really hope that you just take something away, some love, as I always say at the end of everything. Some love and light, because I am really sending you lots of love and light. Like I've always mentioned as well, if you do like the podcast, please do like it, comment, subscribe it, whatever platform you watch it on, whether it's YouTube or Spotify. It would be nice to have a few more followers on Spotify. I know that my listeners, that's the word. My listeners is obviously going up and up and up, and also the views on YouTube. But thank you. I'm showing some love, because I do really want to make a lot more content and keep you guys in the loop with stuff that's going on. I have really got some good guests planned on the poddy as well for the end of the year, which is going to be exciting, because I've been getting a grip of my life and organising and actually getting back to people that want to come on the podcast. So yeah. But yeah, thank you girls for coming on this episode of Girls Like Me. I will see you on the next episode. Bye.